Another edition of Words with Walter here during our high school football regular season. It's been an amazing series for us alongside NFL Hall of Famer, Seattle Seahawks great Walter Jones. Man, Walter, great conversations throughout this year. We now move to, as we kind of head to the end of the season, you got some of our star players that are really being heavily recruited. You got some of these young men that were at high school of yesteryear, now at the next level, playing college football on Saturdays, part of big organizations and businesses. And the goal for some of these young men to become a pro. There's a business-like a mindset that you have to have as you head as a collegiate player, a high school player to college, a college player to the pros. Some of the things are out of your control. A lot of the things are in your control. Walk us through just your journey. You remember, for those that have been watching our series, Aliceville High School, went to junior college ranks, Florida State, Seattle Seahawks, and the rest is history. For you, and talking to so many young people, how important is it to not only have the right mindset, but a business-like approach to the work to be able to give you an opportunity to be able to ascend to the next level?
I think I had to go back probably to Florida State. I think when I got back to Florida State, you know, when I started playing there, and my first year there, I redshirted. I didn't play, like you say, everything is not in your control. You did all the work, and then you get to Florida State, and then you realize that some guys have been here for many years, so when there's their opportunity to play, you have to let them play. So I redshirted, and then for me personally, redshirting was not a bad thing for me. Like you say, I try to take the positive, like, okay, I'm gonna get a chance to go against some of the greatest guys that's on the football field, so I can learn from that. So you have to take it as, okay, this is a learning curve for me. I got to figure this thing out. Why I'm not on the field? Why should I be on the field? But for me, I felt like, okay, I'm gonna learn from some great guys every year. So then my next year, when I was ready to play, they still had 2 tackles that had to play. And like I tell people all the time, people don't realize this, that, you know, if you put the work in and and they see that you're going to be great, and when a coach tell you, we're going to put you on the field no matter what. So I tell people all this, like I tell people, this is my story from Florida State, the mindset, like you're saying. We had 3 tackles that was top tier tackles, and they rotated all 3 of us. Those guys started two series. I go in for the right tackle, play a series, come back, go in for the left tackle, and then I get my break. And I did that the whole season. We was the #1 team in the league. And so for me, and then still again, I wasn't thinking about the next level. I was thinking about next year. This is going to be my city. This is going to be my school. This is going to be my team, and we're going to win a chip. But, you know, a lot of guys were getting recruited. And so what happened was, you know, most of the time agent asked, hey, name a guy that if he decided to come out, who could go? And everybody said Walter Jones came out. And that's when it really started for me, when I started thinking about the NFL. I never did think about it. I was just thinking about get to college, win a championship, whatever happened after that happens. But that was the light that hit me, saying, okay, this is my opportunity. And I always tell young kids, take advantage of your opportunity. And so that was my opportunity to get to the next level, and I totally took advantage of it.
You mentioned just the trek from Florida State to the National Football League. You got high school kids right now that are at the tail end of their regular season, whether they've been able to grab some minutes on the football field as a freshman or sophomore, whether you're a junior or senior ready, you're trying to continue to enhance your profile to go to the next level. From a high school standpoint, just talking to so many kids across the country, Walter, for you, what is your advice to some of these young players that are in their season? The seasons may have went the way that they'd like to go individually. It may be some minutes that are left to be desired for some of those that are underclassmen. How do you navigate that and continue to kind of keep the main thing as you navigate through this regular season and beyond?
I would tell you, especially those ones that, you know, they feel like they want to go to the next level. They want to go to another note where they want to play ball at the next college they go to. And I say, reach out to those schools, reach out to those coaches and let them know. Do your own highlight tape. A lot of times, you know, now, like you say, they got so much stuff out there that where these kids can send stuff to these coaches and they can see stuff without, you know, when I was going there was VHS, maybe a CD, but still, again, these kids have so much technology that they can get their work out there, even if a school wasn't looking at you in the beginning. But if you constantly keep reaching out, and then I go back to the parents, I think the parents have to help these kids out a lot too, and start reaching out. You know, I'd heard many stories where parents had to do the recruiting for their kids too. So anytime you got anybody that can put your name out there for somebody to see you, you never know. You can put your name on somebody's desk and that team or that college might be interested in you. So I would tell kids to always do your own recruiting. Sometimes you have to.
You led me right into my final question. Parents, extended loved ones, family, people that are close to some of these young men, how important is it for them to kind of not wait on high school coaches or high school assistant coaches or anyone in their organization to do the recruiting for them? How important is it for all family members and those confidants involved to be hands-on to kind of get this out to the
Oh, definitely. And I think a lot of that comes from being respectful too to the school itself. You know, a lot of times, you know, parents, you know, you done been to a lot of high school games and understand parents can get involved and be very emotional by games. But still, again, I think you can do that and still have it a respectful way of the coaches and whatever. A lot of times, because you feel, oh, my son is not playing or my daughters did not doing this. But still, again, you can put information out there to help your child. So yes, that's very important. But still, again, I would say be respectful to the school, to the coaches, and if this is something that you want to do, you're doing this for your son or your daughter, not for the school. So be careful of the words you speak, but still, again, recruit your kids.
Such good knowledge and advice there. NFL Hall of Famer Walter Jones here for the rest of the high school football season. You can watch all of these episodes in its entirety from the first episode in week 0 up until now and during the last couple of weeks of the regular season as we wind this down on WAFF.com. You can also find us on our 48 Sports Zone app. And then, of course, each and every Wednesday during our newscast at 6 and 10, we'll have excerpts from this to push you to the full episode online as well.